But you could even see in his face, like, looking like, this guy ain't too big. I've seen that on plenty of people's faces. Give me 10 seconds with him. That face changes real quick.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
This
all
is
of
true.
a sudden, that size don't matter. All of a sudden, my footwork, where's this guy at? With a puzzle. Then they try and grab a hold of me, and I'm a little brick wall. There's another problem. That's when you start to see him start to crumble and be like, oh, what have I got myself into? That's exactly what's going to happen with Islam.
David Adesanya here, your uncrowned 145-pound champion with the reigning, defending, undisputed featherweight king as he prepares to do battle against the lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. How are you, Volk?
I'm good, mate. I'm very good. Very, very, very good.
What a 2022 you had. You put the whole Max thing to bed. You fought twice, didn't lose a round. You were back up once. Fighter of the year on multiple award shows. How do you feel about all of that?
Yeah, it was a big year. I think a lot of it comes down to obviously the performances as well, but I mean, really having that third one with Max, having that third fight. And like as you said, putting that to bed, because there was always something that was always going to be there if I didn't do it. I definitely needed to do that, and obviously as soon as I did that, everything started happening from there, I believe. You know what I mean? I believe everything just sort of leveled up straight after that.
And even with the whole underdog story, that's pretty much been a theme in your career, even after you put the whole Max thing to bed, you still positioned yourself in another underdog scenario, taking on a very tough puzzle to solve in Islam Makhachev.
Again, I love that, right? Like I say, everyone says that, I love being underdog and all that, but I do. That's them challenges and being the underdog and proving the doubters, haters wrong, all that type of stuff. I won't let it really get to me, but I let it get to me enough where I'll be like, all right, I'm going to train that a little bit hard. I'm going to shut these guys up and I'm going to go out there and do it. And it makes me want them fights. They're the fights that I want. I just felt like in the featherweight division, I was trying to find which fight that was going to be, and then obviously this lightweight thing come, and that's what I wanted. I'm glad I did it because, again, it's already made me such a better fighter. The fact that moving up and doing the bulking and, all right, telling myself, right, we need to get stronger. We need to work on that takedown defense. We need to do it. All of a sudden, I'm twice as strong as I was. You know what I mean? My defense is just on point. I'm like an absolute brick wall. When people are trying to run into me and they feel it, and then you instantly feel it as soon as they grab a hold of me or we grab each other. They can already significantly see the strength and all that. So it just makes you think where I go from here. This is what I mean. The challenges, again, it's going to be hype. It's going to make the win even bigger. And not just that, it makes you a better fighter. It makes you work harder, puts you in a different mindset, mind frame, and which I love. And I've always had that, and I needed something like this to be put in that position again. So I'm glad.
Nice. Question. Have you seen all the Rocky movies?
Yeah, of course.
It must be crazy, let's say watching a Rocky movie and being a fan of it, but then that being your life, you're actually a fighter, you're actually training, you're actually going up against the odds, people like that. It's like deja vu sort of thing, you know what I mean? It's wild.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is. That's why, especially for this one, obviously, I think it is granted because his grappling is legit, his wrestling is legit. Again, I love that. That's what fires me up, and I've said this before. I've said this a few times. It's a Rocky story, right? People are going to say that. All right, cool. I'm cool to go with that narrative. But as I've said before, don't change it. Don't all of a sudden say, oh, he's not that strong, he's not that big, or he's not that good. You guys think he's invincible? Remember that when I get my hand raised, yeah? Don't change that shit, because that's what's going to really piss me off. I don't feel disrespected. You just want to put him on a pedestal? Good. It makes my win bigger. But once I win, don't take that away from me. Don't take that shit away from me.
Was that your first time sizing him up when he called you out and you hopped in the octagon, or had you seen him before? And
I seen him actually before. I think he was just did a session. I just did a session, and he was just walking. But I mean, even him looking you get even smirk in their face, obviously I'm short. It's no fucking whether I'd surprise him how short I was. It shouldn't, because I'm fucking tiny. I've always been short. That's how it is. Even the featherweights are taller than me. But you could even see in his face, looking like, this guy ain't too big. You know what I mean? Which I've seen that on plenty of people's faces. I've seen that on a lot of my previous fights, a lot of my last 4 or 5 fights. But I mean, that face quickly changes as soon as I'm in front of him in the octagon. Give me 10 seconds with him. That face changes real quick.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
All
of a sudden, that size don't matter. All of a sudden, my footwork, where's this guy at? With a puzzle. He's already given dramas. Then I put my hands on him, there's another problem. Then they try and grab a hold of me, and I'm a little brick fucker wall, there's another problem. That's when you start to see him start to crumble and be like, oh, fuck, what have I got myself into? That's exactly what's going to happen with Islam. Especially the way he's looking. I can tell he really thinks he's just going to be way too strong.
Even talking to you now, I can feel like a bit of a different aura. Like your confidence is growing. I don't know, you feel like you're going into like, you're like ascending, you know what I mean?
It probably is that chip on the shoulder, right? Chip on the shoulder, or like, again, like being the underdog and all that. I want that fuel. I want the, because that just makes me be like, oh, I'm going to show these guys. So that's why you see me looking for these types of fights. I'm stoked with how everything's going. Right now, we're at a stage where we can really start sharpening everything up now. So we did our part when it comes to the bulking and strength and all that type of stuff. Now it's all about having that same Volkanovski that we've been seeing the last 3-4 times you see me step in that octagon. I want to see that sharp little fucking pocket rocket moving around, doing that thing, and then having that really good balance with that extra strength and weight, but finding that perfect balance where you're still seeing that sharpness. Nice. So I want to go out there and still put that puzzle in front of him, be too quick for him, put hands on him, and then if he tries to grab a hold of him, make that hard. If he does grab a hold of me, let him realise that, hey, this little fella ain't easy to hold down or even get down, and then laugh at his face while I'm putting hands on him. Again, there's so many layers to how many problems I can give him. And that's the thing, people are like, oh, this. I go, man, I've got one thing to worry about. People are talking about his strength and size and that. I'm not too fussed about that. It's grappling. It's pretty obvious what he wants to do. He's got a lot more things to worry about. Oh, look, man, I'm not saying he can't strike for shit. He's very calculated. He's patient. He does things well. It really works well for his game. But when it comes to problems, he's got a lot more problems to deal with. I've got one big problem, one big problem. That grappling, it's a big problem. But preparation is everything. I'm doing the preparation. I'm doing what needs to be done. And this camp, we went above and beyond. Thailand was good, man. Thailand was really good. It was good because we got to train with a lot of wrestlers and, guys like that, some bigger fellas to move around with, and that. So it was good. Frank was obviously there. So he's back in Oz with me as well. So it's been good.
And talk to me about the process of getting your body ready to fight the way it normally does, but at a higher weight, and how you're adjusting in your preparation to make sure that your body is like optimal when it comes to fight night.
Well, that's what it is. That's where the science comes in. We want it optimal. So we wanted that extra couple of kilos. Again, we don't want it too much. Yeah, right now it's, 5 kilos more than what I'm usually walking around at. Now it's time to get back all that excess weight. So get down the extra fats, some of that water. I'm going to be probably a couple kilos heavier, a few kilos heavier fight night than I would be featherweight. I don't want to be much more than that.
Yeah, so how many kilos, how much do you think you'll cut in fight week?
About 6 kilograms.
Oh, really?
6-7 kilograms.
Yeah. But that'll be like just water.
That's going to be water, yeah. So I'll be pretty lean at 76, 77.
I've seen you do this, but I want to talk about you doing and practicing visualization in this stage of your career. What have you visualized going into this fight?
Man, for me, I do visualize. Like I do a bit of visualizing. I wouldn't say I'm that good at visualizing. Like when you look, you look at like Izzy, for instance, when he's visualizing, even just watching him do it, I can see him like really. When you talk about visual, he's there doing the walkout, doing everything, and all that type of stuff, which is pretty incredible. When I do it, I'm more just visualizing certain bits of a fight, like certain positions. Obviously, get my hand raised and all that, and the crowd going nuts and all that type of stuff. Yeah, you listen to music, you do all that type of stuff, but the details are usually in situations of a fight. Things that, I feel like he's going to do things that I'll do often, if that makes sense. And that's probably where it ends with the visualization for me, to be honest.
Thank you for your time today, Volk. I wouldn't keep you too long because I know you're tired. But man, I just got to say, like the aura that you're giving out and the confidence that's just radiating off you, like,
well, I appreciate it.
I mean, they got something to be worried about. But yeah, I'll check in with you again closer to fight week and all that, and I'll come to you and we'll do like a proper one and with the camera and stuff. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
No worries. I'll see you later.